All right, we're going to combine lesson 11.2 and 11.3 because they're basically the same. One is just called exploring surface area with nets, and the other one's finding surface area, but they're really the same. So the big idea here that you have to get hold of though is what is surface area? All right, so let's zoom in a little bit there. So surface area of a solid figure is the sum, why don't you go ahead and box that, the sum of the areas of all of the faces or surfaces of the figure. That includes the bases. Surface area is measured in square units. Okay, so if it was in inches, it would be square inches. So it's just like area. It's just surface area. You can use a net to help you find the surface area of a solid figure. All right, so sum means we're going to find the areas of all of the faces and bases and add them together. Let's write that down. Find the areas of all of the faces and bases and add them together. That's how you find surface area. All right, we're going to take a look in a second. You can really think of surface area as wrapping paper. All right, so if you were going to go wrap a solid figure, so in this case a box, the area of the wrapping paper that you need with no gaps and no overlaps, that would be the surface area. Now, in reality, can we wrap a package that way? No, not really. We have some overlaps, but it's just a good way to think of it. So now, if I take my figure that we had before and I taped them together, all right, so I have my rectangular prism, and I'm going to come back in here and untape it. Okay, take it apart. I'm going to cut my tape. Whoop, cut my tape apart there to get it back apart. Okay, should be one more somewhere. Where'd the piece of tape go? Right here. I actually got it overlapped a little bit, so it's going to be a little funny with my tape. Okay, so now I had my rectangular prism. I'm coming back to my net. Okay, so now if I find, let me zoom this back out, that'll be better. There we go. So I don't know if you can tell this is green or not, but if I find the area of my green face, actually there's two of them, so find one area, multiply it by 2, 1, 2. I could find the area of my blue side, multiply it by 2, 1, 2, and find the area of my yellow faces and add those together, 1, 2. That's going to give me my surface area. So let's take a closer look at this one. All right, so this one you can just watch. You don't have to take any notes on this because we'll come back to the book to do that. The biggest thing about surface area that we're going to do in chapter 11, just like it was in chapter 10 with the multi-polygon pieces you had to put together, is keeping track of your work and adding things together, just keeping things neat, because if you get sloppy, you're not going to know what's what and what needs to be added together. So I want to find the surface area of this entire figure. So I'm going to start with the green area of my side. Okay, and this was nice. I like this as an example because it had the grid lines on it. Okay, now again, this green here that's kind of funny goes with this part. So if you look, how many boxes of green do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so right there, I mean, I could count boxes, and I have 8 here and 8 over here, so that I know that I actually am going to end up with 16 square units for my 2 greens. But let's do that as if we were going to do it with a net. So what I would do is area equals, let me move this up there a little bit, let's get off my page, is length times width. Okay, and area equals, so I'm going to call this my L, okay, and this my W. So L was 1, 2, 3, 4 units. So 4 times, and then my width was 1, 2, which equals 8 square units And because I had 1, 2 over here, okay, 1, 2 of them, I need to now take that and multiply it by 2, and that's where I'm getting my 16 square units. All right, so I just want to show you that we're going to be using formulas. Yes, I could have counted it, but you're not going to usually have that. Okay, you're not going to have it in little blocks you can count all the time. So now I'm going to just put a circle around that because I need to use that and come back to that then, because I have to put them all together yet. So next, let's do blue, my blue areas, my blue sides. Area equals length times width. Okay, so here's my sides, and since when I get to the yellow, this was my length, so I'm going to call this my width. So this is width, and we'll call this length over here. So for my blue, I have a length of 2 and a width of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 2 by 6. So area equals 2 times 6, which is 12. Now, again, I had 2 of them, all right? 2 blues. So before I even label my square units, I'm going to multiply by 2, and that is 24 square units for my blue. I'm going to just circle that because I'm going to need it when I come back, okay? And then my last one, I need to do my 2 yellows, all right? So my yellow area equals length times width. And so let's take a look at what we identified. So here's my length, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my width, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 by 6. Right. So area equals 4 times 6, which is 24. But I had 2 yellows, 1, 2. So multiply my 24 by 2, and I get 48 square units. So I've already doubled everybody here. Double, double, double. I already did that. All right, so now I just need to add them up. So I'm going to take 16 plus my 24 plus my 48. So 16, 24, oops, sorry, off the page there, and 48, add those up. I get 10 and 8 makes 18, and this is 6, 7, 8. So 88 square units is my entire surface area for this prism. I'm going to put it back together. So if I wanted to get wrapping paper and wrap it, right, we're going to call this a square unit here. I don't know if it's inches, centimeters, whatever. We didn't deal with that. We just called it a unit. That would be my surface area. That's how much wrapping paper I would need to cover the entire surface of that prism. All right, that's it. See you in a bit.